What is good, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Team COG here. Today, I got another plant link video for you guys, showing you guys what we do when we are drolled. And in some playthroughs, guys, we actually get drolled right after we use the Drius, and that's because we search the sowing. However, sometimes, like, we need to use Painful Decision or something like that, and we don't have access to sowing. However, that is why we play 3 sowing, simply so that we have the ability to open multiple sowings, or open a sowing, so we're not necessarily reliant on the Drius search. However, I do have, like I said, 2 replays here showing you guys both, showing you guys both replays. One's going to be against Pendulum Magician, or I believe Endymion Pendulum, and the other one's going to be against Tri-Brigade, Tri-Brigade Fire Fist. So if you guys happen to want to know where these matches are from, they're from my live stream. Please remember, ding that notification bell. Never miss when I go live. And if you guys want to help support the channel, become members. And if you didn't happen to miss these live streams, you can have access to them by being members. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and jump into playing the video right now. So as you guys can see here, we're going to draw our cards. I win the dice roll, which is pretty awesome here. And just as you guys will see here, you guys cannot miss the Droll that's going to come down. So we're going to normal summon Lone Fire Blossom here. Lone Fire Blossom is going to then just activate its effect, resolving without any sort of confrontation from Ash Blossom or anything like that. Bringing out the Loki. I'll then go ahead and use Loki here shortly as I'm just turning up my man Jordy so we could hear him during stream. I go ahead and link here for Drius. Drius activates, giving me the search here. And you'll never guess what we're going to go. But excuse me, we do chain link 2 Rose Lover and chain link 1 Drius. That way that we can chain block Ash Blossom in case he has it. I'm not too sure if you would Ash Blossom the Lone Fire if you'd hold it. But anyway, we're grabbing sowing here. And then we are going to see on resolution. You'll never guess what touches down. You'll never guess what comes. And that is going to be, ready, 3, 2, 1, pow! There it is. The Droll and Lockbird gets activated. And if you guys don't know, we do an absolutely ton of searching by using Mardell, Jasmine's, Mudan, you know, like you name it. We do like 4 more searches after this. So now our plays are kind of halted a little bit short. However, since my last search was sowing still gets us kind of where we need to go. I end up going into the Twins. Twins is going to be chain link 1 and then Drius chain link 2. Drius summoning out the healer, and then the Twins bringing back out the Loki. And then, of course, you know, I'm getting the life, all that type of stuff. And right now, like, it'd be kind of nice, you know, if, like, sowing did not lock you in plants, but it makes sense why. Because right there, we could totally threat just doing Apollosa for 4, and then probably keep going in certain ways. But instead, we're going to go open the Jasmine to no avail. Well, I'm really going to say to no avail. We're going to be able to tribute the Rose Lover to go ahead and beam out another plant monster from the deck. Maybe something we don't want to see. And I do believe I end up going for Mardell because I don't want to draw Mardell for turn, because Mardell, definitely in like the turns 2 and later turns, Mardell, if you were not able to get access to it through your combo, it's a really hard brick. So you want to be able to limit your top decks into being good cards. That's also part of the reason why I don't fly through all my Lone Fires right away, is so that, because Lone Fire is a pretty good top deck. So you want to have the ability to top deck into some powerful cards, and Lone Fire is one of them. But I'm thinking here because, you know, like my play line's kind of limited. It really is. Do I go further? Do I move forward? How do I end up doing this? Yeah, there we go. We go ahead and use the Jasmine here to tribute off the Rose Lover to go ahead and bring out Mardell. So this is one of those interesting cases where we get to utilize Mardell's level more so than we get to utilize Mardell's search. So here we're going to go ahead, and I believe we go ahead and link all 4 of these off into our Begalancer. Yes, so Begalancer. This card is insane, guys. Like, truly, this card, I'm going to turn this card into emoji. I might even make a mat with this card. You guys just I cannot wait. I'm going to go ahead and make Begalancer. And then I believe I drew Monster Reborn. So, and then like everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, you saw the one of Monster Reborn." Well, of course you play. If all of the busted one ofs you play are busted, of course you're gonna see a one of. Like, arguably you could play almost 2 Monster Reborns. You could play World Legacy Succession if you wanted. But Monster Reborn is what's going to allow us to kind of play through this. Simply because we're going to use the Monster Reborn to bring back Lone Fire into Snowdrop. Snowdrop's effect to target the Mardell to be able to make everything level 9, making the Sacred Tree Beast here. And then we could also have gone for Teardrop. However, I don't know what my man Jordy is playing, so I'm forced to, I just do this because I think this is just a safer route. Not everything is dedicated on spot removal, but you're going to see the Spell Power Mastery fire off. Seeing ourselves, he's probably going to grab Servant, the card that we might see come off the list, you know, because Pendulum, best deck, right? Am I right, guys? So, yep, he grabs the Servant. And technically speaking, I was joking. If you guys saw that, I was just joking about remote duels and how some people can be sketchy and how I'll just reach over to the side here, and I'll grab my Imperial Order and set it. We're going to see him kind of go off here. I have technically only 2 interruptions. I have the Begging Lancer bounce and the Hyperion, the Sacred Treaty monster negate. And there's a certain instance in this where he messes up, and I was going to show this regardless of what happens, because this technically still shows how to play through Droll. That's entirely what this video is about. It doesn't matter if he breaks this board or not, but it shows how to play through Droll. And he's going to attempt to use the effect of the Spellbook guy. However, I know that the Spellbook guy can get him into like 2 more spells, so I opt to negate Blue Boy here, and that just kind of to really no avail. I negate, destroy the Blue Boy. He activates this Magician's card, which lets him reborn a level 3 or lower Magicians from the graveyard. So he's or Spellcaster. So he ends up just doing the same thing he just did, regardless. But we're going to see a misplay from him further on, and that truly would have been like the, as we're going to say, he's going to scale the Master Cerberus here, and then he's going to go ahead and use the Servant to go ahead and bring out the Jackal King, I believe is what he goes for, Jackal King. Now, arguably, he could have gone for Mighty Master Endymion, which would have probably been the better choice, because currently Begging Lancer is 25, Sacred Tree Beast is 26, and the Jackal is only 24. So he needs to get a bigger body on field to be able to solve this, the monster here. Like, my monsters are just too big. So he goes and he uses Cerberus to get Jackal King, and then I think he goes ahead and he uses Jackal King here to be able to scale the Jackal King. Then he brings back out the Cerberus, and this is where everything went kind of south for our Endymion player here. As you guys will see, Jackal. Now, this is where he should have gone battle phase, but instead he goes ahead and he links into a Link 2, which I think is Breaker, which is the Link 2 Breaker, the magical swordsman. It just, remove 2 spell counters, pop a card. But this is where he misplays, and this is, he sees it after he did it, because as soon as he makes this guy, he's like, wait a minute, how much attack is your guys' is? And I was like, 25 and 26. But mostly, and then this deck is just this Plant Link deck, guys. It is truly remarkable. If you guys have not tried this deck, I highly recommend doing it. I thought for sure like one of the downsides of this deck would be the resource management and the extra deck, but like truly, guys, that is not an issue. I mean, yes, it's an issue, but like we're pretty solid. Like it's still pretty decent. He's going to summon Breaker, which is going to be in the same zone, or is going to be in the same zone here as Begging Lancer, so it should just be flipped on the opposite side, but I should have switched that, but that's okay. Gotta love remote duels, guys. Essentially, kind of like, if any of you guys comment down below or anything like that, as long as you have an open extra deck monster zone, and it doesn't like matter too much, it's so easy to correct these things, and it's just, sometimes it doesn't even matter. Like, I'm looking at the screen, and of course through Discord, it's a little bit different than what I have upload on my OBS here. During the Discord, if I were to move them right over top of each other, it would be the same. But every now and then, like someone comes in, I have to like transform their field so that I can record them and stuff like that and do like the live duels, remote duels and stuff. So it's just pretty much, it's all right. No big whoop. It's not going to matter that he's in the same zone as Begging Lancer. And in theory, Begging Lancer gives him his own anyway, so it's perfectly fine. But through Droll, we were able to put up the Resurgent bounce, and we were able to put up the Monster Negate. So right out here, guys, we're just going to go ahead and wrap it up and go into the next game where I get Drolled. All right, guys, quick announcement. If you guys want to help support the channel, you can do so by using the TCG Player affiliate link down below. Using that link will give a little bit of kickback to the channel, costing you nothing extra while helping to support the Crusade, am I right? And then if you guys also want to help support the channel, check out the Imperium Duelist link down below. Using the code TEAMCOG10 will give you 10% off your orders at checkout, and I'm a huge supporter of their products, from their deck boxes to their dice to their sleeves to their mats to everything. I've just been a huge advocate for their products for quite some time. Finally, if you guys want to support the channel, you can do so by becoming a member. Get access to member-only perks and rewards. Every live stream that we do gets uploaded for members only after the live stream is over with, and you get access to custom emotes and just, become part of a wholesome family. But anyway, guys, back to the video. So, guys, we are here against the Tri-Brigade Fire Fist. Now, if you guys should have saw, I think this was game 3, but game 2, he put up like a full board with like Sento, Negate, and Apollosa. But we're firing off Painful Decision here. So, believe it or not, I send the Loki to add Loki, and then he smacks down Droll right here. And this is rough. So if I did not happen to open Sowing in this scenario, my hand was going to be pretty bad. But sometimes that's why you play 3 Sowing. You're not guaranteed. So we go ahead and make the little tree here. However, since I hard open Sowing anyway, I get to resolve Sowing. But I actually, Paralytic Seed is a very good extender as well. And that's going to give me access to the Sacred Tree Beast too, even through this Droll. But Droll does kind of hurt the deck. And like I said, in theory, like if I had no clue or didn't see Sowing, it was going to be very rough. However, we maximize on sowing because we want to see sowing so that way we can search for like shrine or further extenders instead. I've seen some plant link builds playing like less than 3 sowing, and I think that's totally incorrect. So right now, I just fire off sowing. I mean, there's not really much more to say. Sowing is such a crazy card. Like this card is like a miniature pendulum summon, gives us 3 monsters, and it's like, it's just crazy. Healer's going to give us more life. I don't know why I was contemplating that there. I think he was asking what was going on, and I was just explaining to him the chain links and everything like that. So Healer's going to give me 300 life, so right there, I'm already at 83, which is pretty nice, not going to lie. We go ahead and use the Rika Strina because Droll does not prevent you from adding back from the graveyard. So we go ahead and detach, add back. I believe it was Loki we added back. Yeah, we add back the Loki to go ahead, I guess, for follow-up, or it could be potential discard fodder for like Sunvine's Shrine. I don't think we opened Shrine, to be honest with you. But maybe we did. Maybe we were just built differently, you know? These trees were made for... Trees grew differently. But we're going to go ahead and use the Rika... Or not, we're going to go ahead and use Jasmine to tribute off the Strina. Strina is going to be able to bring it back out the Sacred Tree Beast. And then we're going to have the... Jasmine's going to summon out Snowdrop, which Snowdrop is then going to be able to target any of our plants, or maybe, you know, mimic levels. So she's going to target herself. There's no point in targeting anything else. They're all going to become the same level. We're going to be able to make Teardrop, and we have the full combos to climb right up into Begalancer. So through Droll, we're still able to put up like 3 interruptions, I believe, which is truly insane. If you really stop and think about it, like Droll's such a card, and it can be like, even though this is like capitalizing on showing you guys like the good plays through Droll, it definitely can show you guys like you guys just got to remember, if your hand is garbage, your like playthrough is garbage. And like, yeah, just look at this, guys. And I set 1 card too. But like, look right here. We have 100%, we have 3 interruptions through Droll. We have the Hyperion, which is going to be able to negate, quick effect negate, the Begalancer, which is going to be a bounce, and then the Teardrop, which is a quick effect tribute. I think the set card down here is actually a set imperm, or it's a Rika Sheet. I can't remember, to be honest with you. But that's it, guys. That's like that's pretty much sums up the video right here. In a sense. So if your hand is mediocre to okay and you get Drolled, you will be able to play through it. But just like any deck that exists out there that is hindered by Droll or Dark Ruler, or like any trap, or any hand trap for that matter, like Ash or anything, I almost said Dark Ruler, but Dark Ruler is fair. It distributes its hate equally. Any combo deck or any deck out there that struggles with hand traps, or there's Fragile, if you have a good hand, you're going to bust through it. And this right here showed you guys how to bust through Droll. But if your hand is doggy doo-doo and you get Drolled, like, what do you think's going to happen? So for all you haters out there who still aren't sure, or who are going to go to the comment section, that's my point of view for you guys, is if you open good, hand traps are not an issue. But just like any other strategy out there, if your hand is bad and they hand trap you, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen? You think that my hand's going to be able to play through this Droll and I have a bad hand already? Absolutely not. But anyway, guys, so hopefully this was educational for you guys to help show you guys how this deck, or what this deck can do through a Droll, showing you guys when our search is Sunvine Sowing and when our first search is not Sunvine Sowing, and we just are straight good at the game and we wreck our opponent by hard opening Sowing. But anyway, guys, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And most importantly, guys, please remember to stay safe, stay healthy. This is Charles from Team COG, signing out.